I didn't even check in-game sound. Whoops, whoops, sorry. System. I think everything should be the same. Yeah, everything's the same. Okay. Alright. What's up, everybody? The Big Sauce here. Welcome back to Danganropa, however you want to say it. In the last part, we bonded with amazing people and got explored more of the school, and then boom, we see Chihiro's dead. And then the murder weapon is this weight right here, and I don't know how much weight that is, but that looks pretty heavy. Oh yeah. Sorry, I didn't even get my water or nothing to soothe my voice. Hold on. I did get a can of fruit though, because it's 7 in the morning and I haven't ate nothing and I want something cold. So I got some can of fruit. It is cold outside, by the way. It's all of a sudden. Yesterday it was a little bit in between. The day before it was like 90 something, and then the night it was last night it was like 73, and this morning I think it's in the late 60s, I think. Let me check, because I woke up, I was a little cold. I turn on my fan. I have my fan on. Where's my weather? Damn. It's 52. Oh, it's 52 outside. Yeah, so I was like, I'll put on a jacket. I was like, I'm kind of cold. I'm kind of chilly. Okay. Makoto Negi. Okay. Oh, let me get I need to get my angelic voice in. No, there are more important things to worry about right now than the dumbbell. What, Chihiro's body? We examined it already. Right now, pay attention to the wall. Huh? I said it once already. There's a word written there. Oh, I can't even do their voices correctly no more. It's been a week. On the wall, the word bloodlust is written on the wall.
So...
What? I don't think it's any kind of dying message. It's too strange. But you know, that thing about writing bloodlust in blood, doesn't it sound kind of familiar? A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. And to see in the crime scene, the word bloodlust is written in the victim's own blood. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer?
What?
Genocide Jack! Genocide Jack, the murderous fiend whose grisly attacks are famous all across the country. The ultimate murderous fiend, creating a reputation of abnormal, downright cruel killing.
What is this?
And this is some copycat killer trying to imitate Genocide Jack's style? But why would anyone do that? Perhaps it's the work of the real Genocide Jack.
What?
The real? What are you? Wait, are you saying Genocide Jack is here in the school?
No way!
But going so far as to write bloodlust at the scene, I'm surprised at their stupidity.
Well,
I can't imagine a worse situation than dealing with a stupid murderer. What is it now? Toko. Hina's pointing towards the entrance to the girls' locker room. Toko was the last to arrive, and now she was just standing there. No. What? Why? What? Why? Yeah, what she said. Don't. She fainted. That did not sound good. Toko. Hina rushed over to the collapsed Toko and started trying to shake her awake. Toko, are you okay? Come on, wake up.
Oh,
that's right. I just remember what she said about how she faints anytime she sees blood.
Oh.
So she is hemophobic? I imagine she does not watch too many horror films then. This isn't a violation of the rules, right? I mean, technically she passed out somewhere besides her room. No, I think it should be okay. The regulations prohibit sleeping, like, on purpose. So since you faint on purpose, it doesn't count. Gotcha.
Just a second.
Toko, can you hear me? Hey, you gotta wake up. and as if she heard her, Toko suddenly shot awake. And then she literally jumped up from where she was laying. It's such a strange reaction. I was at a total loss for words. And then we're gonna meet a character who, I guess, livens up the place whenever she makes an appearance. She leapt straight up in the air, changing her stance as she did. In no time flat, she was standing up. Ignoring the psycho contortion she had to go through, her motions were totally haphazard. What? Sorry about that. I was just so shocked, you know? Happens, right? Was I the only one? Toko, are you okay? I'm fine, I'm fine. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead?
What the heck?
She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. Dora has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom. See it, truth, and a web of lies.
Well...
This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. No, everything's fine. At least the stutter's all gone. That's a good thing, right? Yeah, you
I
can
see.
Just get her laugh and just like put it there. It's clear to me that everything is not fine. Your eyes seem strangely vacant. It might be best if we take her back to her room for the time being.
So,
I don't mind taking her, but could someone help me? Give me any help. I don't mind. Taka, could you help me? She totally ignored me. Very well. You take care of the girl and the rest of us begin the investigation right away. Can I assume nobody has a problem leaving Sakura, Mondo, on guard duty again? Hold on a second. Rush into an investigation? The mastermind is behind that. After what happened last time, surely you realize that.
Don't make me repeat myself.
There's no question that Chihiro was murdered by someone among us. Isn't that right, Marukuma?
Of course!
Right as rain. Oh, and I was gonna live stream Thursday, but my schedule at work, my shift had changed, so I didn't have time Thursday or yesterday. So I was like, you know, I want to wake up Saturday. I was like, I'll do it, and here we are. But don't take it as a bad thing. It's just a fact of life, because that's how graduation works. I'm gonna take a thing of proof. Then it happened again. Is that what you're saying? That another one of us killed a fellow classmate? Why does it freak you out? You guys got no balls, you know that? Is there just nothing down there at all? Well, I'll let you pray to mine if you want. Actually, I don't have any either, sorry.
Stop talking.
Stop monologuing and give us what you came here to. Came so you give us. You did bring it right. I sure did, chump.
It's the Monokuma file!
Allow me to present the next Monokuma file. I don't know how much you must be looking forward to.
See ya later!
So please do your very tippity-toppity best in this investigation.
no way!
Do you really gotta do another investigation? Examining the corpse of one of our friends. Having to inspect all of our other friends.
Why?
I hate this. I can't take it anymore.
Oh no! Help me!
I've had enough. I'm getting out of here.
Hey!
Where do you plan on going? There's nowhere to run.
Such ignorance.
Just accept it already. After all, blood is just a liquid. A dead body is a simple object. You're very enthusiastic about all this, are you not?
Naturally.
Naturally. How can I not be? If we don't unmask the culprit, we all die. That's true, but to jump into it so soon. What? Do you want to die?
Such ignorance.
Fine, then go off and die somewhere right now. Go ahead. You're a waste of space.
Damn you!
A dead body is an object?
Piece of shit!
Chihiro wasn't an object. Show a little respect, or I'll beat some into you.
Calm down.
Everyone, stop bickering. Listen, there's some truth in what Byakuya said. Kyoko.
Because...
If we don't solve the mystery and find the killer, our own lives are forfeit. And Byakuya is right that Genocide Jack is somehow the one who killed Chihiro.
That's right.
Now, unless we do something, more victims could start piling up.
What?
Forget more victims. If we mess this up, we're all dead meat.
Hey! Hey!
Hey! Hold on. If that's what you're worried about, don't gotta worry any longer. In any one killing game, the guilty party may only kill a maximum of 2 people. What? I don't remember any rule like that.
Actually,
I just came up with it. I mean, if one person went around and killed everyone, your lovely student life would be all over, right?
So then...
In that case, why not limit it to 1 person?
hey,
Well, in a good mystery, you don't want to miss out on at least the potential of a serial killer angle. Just one would totally murder that person.
punishment is waiting for you.
Well, for now, I'll catch you guys at the class trial. I can't say I understand his thinking, but if we can kill up to 2 people, then one person's life could still be in danger. Which is
Interesting.
definitely not good. We need to uncover the culprit before something else happens.
You son of a bitch!
You need to shut the fuck up.
So,
Well, for now, Taka and me are gonna go drop Toko off at her room. Nice. I'm gonna get dropped off. Like
There is nothing to be
There's
done.
exclamation points. We have no time to stand around here. We must begin our investigation. Tot sweet. If we do not solve the mystery of who killed
is that
Chihiro,
okay?
then we will quickly follow her into the afterlife. That's true. I hate this, but if I want to survive, me and everyone else, we have to do it. We don't have any other choice. Investigate time. First of all, I better check the Monokuma file to see exactly what's going on. The victim was Chihiro Fujisaki. The time of death is estimated to be around 2 a.m. The body was discovered in the girls' locker room on the 2nd floor of the school. The cause of death was a blow to the head with a blunt object. She was killed instantly. That's all it says. Well, it's not like there's any point in complaining about it. No matter what, I gotta do what I gotta do. Damn. Oh, Snapchat. It's vibrated my whole desk. Monokuma File 2 has been added to the Truth Bullets section in your handbook. Hey Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? Do you need something from me?
Naturally.
Of course, life without purpose is quite dull, you know. Oops. Naturally. So what'd you need? I'm gonna let you cooperate with me during my investigation. Huh?
What?
I'm purchasing your talent. The same talent which you allowed to solve Sayaka's case. Solve? No,
Stop
I just...
talking.
You seem to have some limited use, which is why I've chosen you. You have the honor of contributing to my investigation. So you're inviting me to come with you? You're doing it in the most arrogant way possible, though.
Let's go.
Now then, shall we get started? But... we need to get moving. There's no time to be standing around. I don't really know what just happened. Let me buy it. Sounds my phone. But I don't know how loud the notification is. But it looks like I'll be working with Byakuya on this one. Okay. So now we can examine this stuff. There's a dumbbell on the floor and this is a blood stain. This is a blood stain! There's a blood stain on the dumbbell! The Monokuma File said a blow to the head with a blunt object what killed her. Does that mean the dumbbell is actually the murder
That's
weapon?
right.
I don't matter, it's gonna be anything else. You see, you get Danganropa and quality SMR. Actually, I need a better mic. I saw one for sale. It was a stand-up one. I wanted it. It was like 50 bucks, 50 or 60 bucks. It was a small one, but still, it's mic, a good noise cancellation mic. But I didn't have the money at the time, so I was like, maybe next time. And I went and hit it off because it was where I work at. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. And the poster got some blood in it. It must have happened during the murder. Bloodless. The word bloodless are on the wall. Must mean bloodless. Then Chihiro. I could feel the life draining out of my own body. The dead body. Chihiro's dead body.
Very strange.
But the more I look at it, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you're trying to say? I wonder about that. Listen, I can talk to people. Mondo. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? All I need to do is get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did. which I guess explains the trip down here. But did she really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. Cause of Chihiro's complex. Can't help wondering what it might be. Mondo's account. I use his locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. She was very light, that is true. It wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still.
Well,
I still think she came to here on her own, by choice. What makes you say that? She's been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. So you're saying she came here to exercise? But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late?
perhaps.
Kino and myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it? Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up. So I can only assume she was trying to avoid us. And instead, she came to exercise in the middle of the night?
However,
Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. So you're saying she could have come here in the middle of the night to train in secret? But that she also would have to come with someone else. It's a possibility, I think. Shut up! Damn. Sakura's account has been added. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Already?
What?
New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect in this case. That's true, but
Let's go.
you're satisfied this hard and proceed. It's so pushy. I caught up with the wrong person this time. So this is our next location. Huh? This place is related to the investigation? Figure out for yourself. It's no fun if you don't do it right. If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right?
What?
Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together.
Did you call for me?
You called for me? Has he been domesticated?
That's right.
It seems that Makoto has a question for you.
You need something?
Sure, what's up? Well, it's about the card reader.
Yep.
Yes, the card readers have been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room with corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. It's impossible for 2 people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct?
Unbelievable.
If there was some sort of erotic terrorist on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter. And the school's regulations prevent anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct?
Of course.
Correct. Correctly correct. So then, that means only girls can go into the girls' locker room and only the boys can go into the boys' locker room. In other words, Chihiro's body being found in the girls' locker room means... Hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me? Am I transparent or something? Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Chihiro was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get
So
in
in
there.
other words,
As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get that right?
such ignorance.
Good lord, you're simple. Am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of a noble Togami family. So you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you? To add a little more excitement to things. You're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can actually talk, they're not people anymore. They're things.
Yep.
Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on. You're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone else, and that means someone will have to loan it. So...
Why you?
So sleepy. This makes me make you want to pass out. You're more like Byakuya and get your poop together.
Unbelievable.
Unless I'm charged with the criminal negligence. Negligence. There you go. No more questions. Figure out the rest of your own. Figure the rest of your own damn self.
That's fine.
Well, I know you are unfortunately lacking the mental faculties, so I'll just fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. Main hall? I'll help you understand what's going on. So the card reader's been to truth bullets. So What are we looking for down here? That me I have to figure out for myself. Let's try here. There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No wait, there's 3 of them. What are they doing here? So you finally found them. Huh? Do you know these right here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. There's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. So then, the 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned out one of the handbooks, and when I did, Sayaka Mizuno. You're right, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. Yeah, Byakuya, yeah! I get it now! Barring someone else completely fine. Take it from the dead person. I say yeah, now I understand. So the main hall e-handbook's been added to
What?
Hold on a second. What's wrong?
Very strange.
That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. And the one that won't turn on must be Leon's, right?
I see.
Yeah, it makes sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. The cruel punishment that led to Leon's death. The execution that Mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. You're right. It wouldn't have been surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault.
Damn it!
Hey, hey! Hey, hey!
Now I'm really angry!
What? That e-handbook is essential to a student's life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it
That's
did.
impossible!
If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It could withstand to 10 tons of pressure and it's waterproof, it's 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. But even my amazing handbook just had one single weak point. It does?
I can't hear you!
But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to get breaking anymore. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks.
What?
Then Leon must have broken it somehow without realizing what a weakness was, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken.
What?
He might ask, how could that be? And he's gone. Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma saying it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on.
That's fine.
Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. So the broken e-handbook. Okay, then this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprit. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh? Not quite? Was there anything else I need to examine here? What do you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then you really think... You truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro?
Don't make me repeat myself.
Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. The murderous fiend is Genocide
What?
Jack, right? Nobody else it could be. Murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost, attacking suddenly then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give this mysterious serial killer? Genocide Jack. They said he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could be one of us literally be a demented psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong, Runder. The words mean little right now. Absolutely don't prove it, and I could show you. And I have a basis to believe that I could trade Genocide Jack is one of us. Is that really proof? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence.
It's all
you need.
clear now.
Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence? Something not really. Hey, you two! Big trouble. Need your help.
I don't have time to play with you.
We're busy. Leave us alone.
Cause, I mean...
But it's an emergency. Emergency! Come on, please. You gotta help me. You know what's wrong.
Please!
This is a serious emergency. Please, please, you gotta help me. Just calm down, okay?
Cause,
Hina?
I mean...
But it's an emergency. An emergency? What happened?
Well,
Something's wrong with Toko. She's acting super strange. Well, I mean, she was acting pretty strange earlier, right? What should we do, Byakuya?
Very strange.
Since it's Toko, I must admit, I'm intrigued. I suppose we could take a second to see what's going on with her. Are you sure?
Don't make me repeat myself.
There you go. I didn't expect that. I thought for sure he'd just say no. That'd be the end of it.
yeah!
Okay, come on, hurry. Wait for us.
Let's go.
Next, you headed to the dorms to Toko's room, most likely. You're right. Where's Toko's room? There. Is Toko inside? It's kind of emergency. Oh, I gotta talk to both of them, I guess. You guys are too slow. I think you're just too fast. So what's this emergency?
So,
After what happened in the girls' locker room, we left Toko in her room so she can lay down. After a while, we came back to check on her, you know, how she was doing. But when we did, it was weird. She refused to come out and kept saying all this weird stuff.
That's fine.
We should try talking to her ourselves. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, Byakuya should talk to her because she has the hots for Byakuya. Hurry up and do it. Damn, what I gotta do it. May as well give it a shot. The door swung open slowly and silently. Holy crap! An aura of negativity flowed out from behind the door, forcing a gasp out of me.
What? Oh, nothing. It's just that, Hina was really worried about you, holding yourself up in your room.
leave me alone.
Yeah, sure thing. But, could you open up, just for a second?
Won't allow it.
Huh?
I won't let Genocide Jack have control.
And just like that, she slammed the door in my face. What was that? She been acting like that the whole time when I rang a little while ago. I'll drive out the killer, drive out the murderous fiend. It doesn't make any sense, right? I was ready to leave her there all alone, so I tried to bust down her door. But it felt like something was holding it shut on the other side. I couldn't even budge it. Toko was scared enough to even bar her own door? Does she think the same thing as Byakuya? Does she think the serial killer Genocide Jack really murdered Chihiro? Is that why Toko's so scared?
But
Whatever it is, I'm really worried about her. Isn't there anyone who might be able to persuade her? Byakuya, he's right here. Hey Byakuya, you think you could ask her to come out of her room, I mean?
That's fine.
Sure, whatever.
Huh?
Huh? You gonna talk to her, Byakuya? Ah, I guess you could be nice when you want to. Byakuya stood in front of the door, not making a sound, and pressed the doorbell. After a few moments...
what do you want?
Leave me alone, you're all so annoying. Ah!
It's
Bakula!
Byakuya.
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry, never again. I want you to let Genocide Jack have control ever again. And with that, the door slammed shut. Even Byakuya couldn't pull it off. There's nothing else we can do. Let's go back to the investigation. Hold on! Hey, Byakuya, what was Toko talking about right now? Something about a promise.
What?
Oh, I have no idea. Another one of her delusions, I'm sure. But
Stop talking.
if I say I don't know, that means I don't know. Just let Hina take care of her. Oh yeah, okay. I'll stand here and keep an eye on her.
Let's go.
Well, let's go. Without waiting for a reply, Byakuya sped away. Byakuya! And I hurried to catch up. I tried to talk to him several times as we walked, but he didn't even look back, let alone say anything. He just kept on walking towards his destination. Finally, his feet brought him to a stop in front of a certain room. The library? Come on, let's go in. Is this evidence that proves it was Genocide Jack really in the
Don't
library?
make me repeat myself.
It's the archive, right? Hurry up and go inside. Oh, here?
Let's go.
Yeah, it makes sense when you're inside. Yeah, because we didn't go inside the last time because he was like, there's nothing in there for you to look at. Whoa, there's so many books and files. And so much dust, too.
So, in other words,
I would say there's enough value in this place to endure the dust. There's a wooden box. It's empty. Although judging by the smudges and the dust, it looks like there was something inside. I wonder what it was. There was an extension cord plugged in there. It proved very useful when I was on the library. An extension cord, huh? Oh, for his light that was over there. This shelf is stuffed tight with files. Without really thinking about it, I picked one at random. Ah, so you have a sharp eye indeed to select that file. Huh?
that's right.
That's the report on a presidential assassination. The original is kept in the National Library. It won't be declassified for another 30 years. Are you sure you want to look at it now? There's no telling whose crosshairs you might wind up in for peeking at it. Without making a sound, I returned the file to the shelf. Desk lamp. Huh? It's a desk lamp. Oh yeah, it's the same one I saw Byakuya using in the library before.
What?
Do you have a problem with that lamp? It was here before, then I moved it over there. It's too dark over there, so I thought I'd put it in good use. Yeah, Monokuma-kun. There's so many files stuffed on the shelf.
That's enough.
Those documents are dangerous. Dangerous? They detail all the people who control the world from behind the scenes. Dangerous truth for a commoner. You mean like members of the Diet or something? No, I mean the ones with real power. The secret council controlling everything from the shadows. If you're ready to disappear, if you're ready to be disappeared for it, take a look. There are some very interesting people in there. You're kidding, right? Am I? I'll just let it go for now. There's a ton of thick files stuck on the shelf. Or you think I'm looking through any of them? Let me give you a little warning. Those things are filled with graphic, disturbing photos from all kinds of crime scenes. It's the kind of thing any normal person wouldn't ever want to look at. Be careful. Huh? What do you mean? All those files are investigation reports related to different cold cases. Those are internal documents for police eyes only. They're not for any kind of thing you expect to believe. Oh. So you finally begin to understand the true splendor of this library? The entire reason I was interested in this library is because of this room right here.
Interesting.
Classified government documents, police records, things no ordinary person would ever see. Isn't it magnificent? This can't be for real, right?
Such ignorance.
That's your guys' problem. Anything that doesn't fit into your preconceived reality, you label a lie. Well, it's not that, it's not like I totally refuse to believe it, but I mean, there's just so much. How can anyone have put all this together? I suppose it goes to show how much power Hoshi could truly wield, or perhaps the mastermind may have wanted to provide us with enough entertainment to keep us from getting bored. It's no use, I can't keep up with all this. It's just too unreal. What's wrong? You still don't believe it? What about you? How can you believe it so easily? Things like that are usually impossible. What do you mean usually? Usual, normal, ordinary, simple, those things don't exist anywhere in the real world. If you don't understand what they actually represent, you don't understand the true nature of anything. You don't pull your punches, do you? Besides, what you consider usual is based on your common sense, right? But what makes you think of your own common sense applies to me at all? The documents gathered here are genuine. I have reviewed them multiple times, so there's no doubt. Hold on a second, you're saying you've read all these documents and more than once? But all this has to be like top secret confidential stuff, right? So why? My family has a reading room just like this in our home. Ours is bigger, of course, and not as dusty. Members of the Togami family have access to any variety of government-related documents. That includes foreign powers as well as domestic. How is that possible?
So, in other words...
I already told you there's a secret council that controls the world from the shadows. My family is a member of that council. And I have within me the bloodline that will allow me to one day bend the world to my will. But to become such a ruler, I must know all levels of this world, backwards and forwards. So whenever I have time, I like to review whatever documents and materials that interest me. Which is why I can't proclaim without a doubt that the materials gathered here are the real thing. It is beyond believing. I'm not believing. Byakuya is actually starting to scare me more than the actual mastermind. And what always interests me more where the God, man. Oh, I'm getting sleepy now. I was perfectly fine. What I was interested was the most were the cold case police investigation reports. Reading through these reports has always been a hobby of mine ever since I was little. It's excellent mental exercise. I've solved more than a few of those cases just by reviewing the reports. And among all those reports, one of my recent favorites is the Genocide Jack case. As he talked, Byakuya grabbed a specific file from the shelf.
That's right.
This is a complete case file. Every single report surrounding the Genocide Jack cases have been compiled in here. Because there are so many, allow me to quickly summarize the main points. To begin, there are two notable characteristics in every Genocide Jack murder. The first characteristic is that every crime scene, the word bloodlust is written on the victim's own blood. The second is when the victims are murdered, their bodies are suspended in a certain way. Bloodlust is written in blood and the victim's body is suspended. It's exactly the same as what happened to Chihiro. Save your surprise, the best part is yet to come. Oh, I'm gonna kill myself. For the second characteristic where the victims are suspended, the only ones who knew about that particular fact were members of the police and other higher-ups. By all accounts, nobody in the media ever found out. Huh? In other words, no one in the news, no one online, nobody knew about the aspect of each crime. Only key officials and the killer himself knew about the act of mounting the victim. Now if you recall Chihiro's corpse, her body was most certainly mounted in this fashion. So how could the killer have known about suspending the victim?
That's right.
That's the key question. But in fact, the answer is quite
So
simple.
in other
The
words,
culprit isn't a copycat killer. It's the real Genocide Jack.
in other words,
That's right. There's evidence that Genocide Jack has hidden himself among the rest of us. Then Genocide Jack really is such a brutal, fiendish killer. Really is walking around among us.
interesting.
Things are really starting to get interesting, aren't they? I never imagined a killer with such a reputation would ever become part of our little game. Now, don't you think it would be good for you to take a look at what you've already seen? You might just manage to ferret out a clue or two.
Such ignorance.
If you get down on your knees and beg, I might even show you myself. Fuck you, Byakuya. What are we supposed to do now? Byakuya, by the Genocide Jack case file. Just let me see.
That's fine.
Well, you didn't beg, but I guess it's okay this time. Feel free to look at it in here, but you can't take it with you. Byakuya handed me the file and I flipped through it with tense, nervous fingers. Look at Makoto's so scared. Suddenly, my hand stopped. I had reached the page of the photos from the scenes of each crime, all been collected. The names of Genocide Jack victims ran on for several pages. The murder took place in the parking lot of the victim's apartment complex. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors that were later attached to the victim to the wall. The victim suffered multiple stab wounds across his body, believed to have been inflicted with the same scissors. They're all killed in the same way. Stabs all along their body and stuff. Ken Harada 32, Tsutsuru Honda 17, Shoju Gachu 23, Kano Issei 14, Takashi Yoshida 30. Yeah, and you too, there's no end to it. One thing that became perfectly clear as I read, all the killer's countless victims were killed and suspended exactly the same way. And at the scene of every murder, the word bloodlust was left in the victim's own blood. Now take a look at the next page, you'll find another interesting tidbit. Next page. I thought I saw a moth flying on my light. I was like, hold up. No. Oh my gosh. I don't know if y'all can hear it. It's a little screeching sound. It's my hamster. He's running on his wheel. All of the crimes took place either on weekdays, at night, or during the holidays, either day or night. The most common time for the killings to take place was on holidays in the afternoon. Based on these facts, it could be suggested that the suspect may have been a student. Evidence suggested the suspects lingered in the scene, but when they did leave, they were in a panic. Because an eyewitness has never come forward, it's unlikely there's any external reason for this. This confused behavior suggests that the suspect may potentially suffer from dissociative identity disorder.
So, in other words,
The key point here is that the culprit may will have a split personality. A split personality, like the kind of thing you see on TV. Some part of another totally unbelievable story. But this one is way more unbelievable than anything else up till now. Maybe it really isn't. I don't know. I feel like my mind has gone numb. So Genocide Jack case file's been added.
Let's go.
Alright, we should get going soon. Huh? Where are we going? Anywhere but here. We finished our business, haven't we? Wait, Byakuya! As usual, Byakuya turned and left without another word. I hurried out of the library to catch up. Well, this is where we part ways. I have some things I need to take care of before the class trial. Huh? Just all of a sudden like that?
I don't have time to play with you.
Come on, enough of your annoying miscomprehensions. Did you really think we would be together the whole time? Take responsibility for yourself and do something useful. Move the investigation forward on your own.
Goodbye.
Well, goodbye. And just like that, he was gone. Just as quickly as he asked me to join him, he cut me off. In the end, I felt like I was just some plaything getting tossed around. At the same time, I uncovered some really important clues to thank him. Genocide Jack, he's the one that killed Chihiro. And that murderous fiend. It's one of us! But who is it? I have to find out no matter what it takes. Y'all already know who it is because we've seen more clues. Well, actually, he's fucking our main character Makoto's seen it too. And to do that, there's somewhere I have to go investigate one more time. I have to go back to the crime scene, the girls' locker room. I check the boys' locker room too. And the others might come up with some info I might find useful when I'm at it. I can find out everything I can. Wait. Okay, yeah, it was a locker room.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Hifumi has discovered evidence revealing the identity of the culprit.
I feel as if...
Another stat increase for me. Evidence? What'd you find? I can reveal that just yet.
That's it!
I
I'm
guarantee
sure of
that
it!
What I found was still the killer's breath from his lungs. Are you sure about that? Oh yeah, Miss Lunenberg said she witnessed something like that too. Really? What's she seeing?
Well,
If
it
you
would
used to tell me, it's
seem...
like when a girl bullies the boy she likes, right? Right? Okay, so where's Celeste now? The warehouse by the door. She was there, but at the same time not there. What's it gonna be? Ooh, fat boy. Huh? This poster. It's a popular boy band called Tornado. Somehow it doesn't quite seem to fit with the boys' locker room. And there's a hot babe in the girls' locker room? Interesting. Is there anything in the pool? Yeah, it's some kind of clue in the lockers. Guess not. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, never mind. Let's see the pool then. Oh, what is that? I just saw that. There's a strange stain on the carpet. What is it? Boys' locker room carpet has been added to the shoe bill section of your handbook. A mysterious stain. Hey, hey Makoto, lick it. See what it is. Would I need to search back in here? Oh, I can ask around.
Damn.
Chihiro's presence here was especially weak, her body and her soul.
No forgiveness!
To target such a helpless being, it's unforgivable. What a wretched beast would do such a thing? I cannot forgive this! This is the hot poster. Hey, Kyoko, have you made any progress in your investigation?
Indeed.
Generally speaking.
However,
But I have to get going. I have something unrelated to take care of. Something besides the investigation? What is it?
well,
Nothing you need to worry about. Just concentrate on the murder. But
so then,
before I go, let me give you one piece of advice. You should examine Chihiro's body one more time, thoroughly. Also, her handbook is missing. You might want to determine its whereabouts.
Goodbye.
That's it. I'll be praying for your success. With that, Kyoko turned and left the girls' locker room. I guess I'll take another look at the body then. And Chihiro's handbook is missing? That's definitely worth worrying about. Chihiro's e-handbook is under the truth bullet section. Kyoko said I should examine the body one more time. I know she said thoroughly, but do I have to? But I do have my limits. I better give it a shot anyways. Let's see. Chihiro's hands are bound with what looks like some kind of rope. The rope was used to prop her up in a kind of crucifix position. The rope has a plug. Wait, so then this isn't a rope at all. The more I think about it, the more it's not like. The more that's not the only thing that concerns me. Chihiro's fatal injury was a blow to the head, which means someone struck her in the head in order to kill her. That's right. That's the issue of her being suspended in the fatal blow. At first, I didn't see any reason to think too much about it earlier, but seeing them again after looking through the genocide jack file, something's not quite right. Yeah, they're all suspended with scissors. What does this all mean? The status of the dead body is added to the truth bullet section. Well, the one thing most likely to tie all these mysteries together is the true nature of the rope that was used to suspend Chihiro. And to figure that out, there's a certain place I have to revisit and look over again. Plus, it might help to look at the genocide jack case file one more time. Mondo? Dude had a real complex about being weak. Okay, chair's complex, very complex. And the poster examined it. The big breast swimsuit model is pretty noticeable too. Girls' locker room doesn't seem to have this kind of place you find something like this. Oh, but wait, that reminds me, the poster in the other locker room is. That's right, there's definitely something strange about this. In the boys' locker room, there's a poster of a popular boy band. In the girls' locker room, there's a poster of a big-breasted swimsuit model. Could the posters have been switched? But if they were, why? What's the reason anyone would have? Maybe I should talk to someone who knows a little bit more about the locker rooms. The 2 locker room posters have been added to the truth bullet section. The carpet gonna mean murder. Okay, it's gonna leave. So we're gonna go back to the library? Wait, I'm sure there must be still more left I need to discover. What do you want to look for, Makoto? What do you want to look for? Blood bullets in the dumbbell. Red blood luster on the wall. Because Mono doesn't say nothing. Oh, we already got Mondo's account, that's why. Oh, did you find the poster in the boys' locker rooms? Do you think the posters in the boys' and girls' locker rooms could have been switched?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, we can't really say. I never really paid any attention to the posters.
However,
but there is something that's been bothering me about the locker room. You see, I like to drink a little protein coffee every time I finish exercising. We have protein coffee? In the warehouse. It's not the highest quality, but I don't have a lot of other options. I mix protein powder with coffee and down a glass of it after exercising. Anyway, the other day I spilled some on the carpet in the girls' locker room and it left a stain. A stain? I don't see any stain on the carpet now.
of course.
Exactly, I noticed it earlier. The stain has disappeared. I can only assume someone came along and cleaned it up. But still, isn't it usually clean? As if there was never a stain there to begin with. It's a disappearing stain. And that's what was in the other locker room. Thanks, Sakura. Okay, now I think we can leave. And I noticed recently too, I was looking on YouTube and I was like, I like to listen to the Danganropa execution music and stuff, and then some of the other in-game music like Heat Up and the stuff during like the class trials, those kind of musics. And I was just looking around and I noticed people playing Danganropa, but it's like years ago. But then I see some that's like a week ago, couple days ago, hours ago, from different YouTubers. So I was like, dang, did this game really spark in popularity that got all these people to play it? Because I've been wanting to play it for a while, even though I've already seen most of the gameplay myself from my home, my sister playing it. And that's when I got me into it, and like, let me record it. And I was like, so people can, you know, be like, oh, this looks interesting, and they go and play it. But I don't think it's on the PlayStation Store anymore. I think you still get it. I don't know. I think Xbox might have it, but Steam, yeah. And I heard that they are gonna make another game soon. At least that's what the developer said, or the studio said. I forgot who it was. I'm not gonna go back up and look at it. I can't think of anyone. Byakuya! So the file's gone. I guess we can go talk to Celeste now. Wait, what? There's still more I need to check. This definitely right here. Yeah, that's right. Byaku's using it as extension cord. Using an extension cord. There's an extension cord here now. I wonder if library desk lamp is adding to the truth bullet section. I think that's it. I need my fruit. Someone start yawning. Let me go talk to Celeste.
How unfortunate.
Ishimaro, what's going on? Maybe we should have confessed our embarrassing sins. I'm sorry, Chihiro. It's all because I was strong enough. Ishimaru's a good boy. Okay. Where's Celeste at? Celeste, what are you doing here? This warehouse is amazing. It's absolutely everything one might need to live a full life. From food to clothes to cows, there's an endless supply to choose from. I see that, but have you found anything related to the case?
Most unfortunate.
I knew you were going to ask me that. I thought talking about the warehouse itself might misdirect you, but I see it was pointless. Then you did find something. Very well. I will tell you and only you.
Actually,
Last night I saw it here. Chihiro was in the warehouse. What? Really?
indeed.
This is right before nighttime.
What are you doing out this late?
See, and it's something with the palette too, because Celeste has bluish hair, and her hair is supposed to be black. And so I don't know what happens like when it goes into a cutscene like this.
Oh, I was just...
Are you planning to go exercise, perhaps?
What? How did you know?
Because I can see a blue track jacket sticking out of that duffel bag you're carrying.
Oh, you're right. Thanks. Well, I'd better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
She stuffed the jacket into her bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
Yes, indeed.
I assumed she was merely stocking up to go exercise in the morning, but it would appear she ignored the nighttime rule and headed directly into the girls' locker room. If she hadn't broken our rule, none of this ever would have happened. You get what you deserve, I suppose. So apparently, she went to the girls' locker room late at night in order to exercise without anyone knowing. But the strange thing is, there was no trace of the track jacket out of their duffel bag Celeste said she saw Chihiro carrying, which would mean the killer would have gotten rid of it somehow. So Celeste's account is added to truth bullets. Thanks, Celeste. I guess we're gonna check who's in the dining hall. We still haven't seen Hiro. Seen his Hina, how's Toko doing? Same as before, she won't come out. She just keeps on mumbling about something about Genocide Jack. So I just left her there. You left her? My head was all swimmy and I was getting pretty hungry.
Yeah!
Oh, but don't worry, I'm gonna head back as soon as I'm done eating. Toko's not exactly pleasant, but I'm still worried about her. Speaking of which, what are you eating? A donut, of course. Of course. There's two things I'm sure God created: outer space and donuts. Really? I bet Chihiro would have liked to eat more donuts. Maybe that was her one big regret. I should have tried to spend more time with her. Come to think of it, who did she spend time with? Yeah, she was a little bit strange, but she didn't really hang out with the girl. She didn't really hang out with other girls much. But it was like she was trying to keep her distance from us. Actually, Sakura said something similar. Said that even though you and her invited Chihiro to exercise with you,
Yeah, totally.
Yep, it's true. And it wasn't just us either. It was like she stayed away from all the girls. Was she just shy? I don't know. She talked to the boys all the time. Isn't it kind of weird to be shy around your own sex, but totally fine with the opposite sex? Oh wait, maybe she was used to the guy spoiling her. The law says you can't judge a book by its cover, right? You think so? I never would have saw as that kind of girl. Uh-oh. It's time.
I'm getting tired of waiting. Shall we just plunge right in? It's the moment you've all been waiting for. The class trial.
Here we go.
You remember where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Begin the class trial, or it's about to begin. The red door is right through here. So is everyone ready to... Am I blind or am I missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember?
Come on.
I'm kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of the class trial this time.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming. Just one moment, please. And just like that, just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you jerk a girl around. Terrible, you're terrible. Phew, so now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle onto the elevator and let's get this show on the road. I'll see you guys down there.
Let's go.
So shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And the murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here. Are we all ready? Do I even need to talk to him? You ready? You doing this? Yeah, we don't need to talk to him. Let's go. We have no choice, right? We have to
It's
do
true.
This. Yes. I gave a small nod in reply. With one last deep breath, I walked toward the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone went on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a hand on my emotions. I couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as it went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop. What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste your time with stupid questions and get this over with.
Very nice.
Good, you're ready to go. Gotta say, I don't hate it now at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills, kills.
Everyone, please find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly everything, a deadly class trial. Do you want to save the data? Yep. Trying to focus, increase the focus gauge by 2. That's one hovering. Increases damage to the opponent when the statement is destroyed, affected during the bullet time battle. Oh, that's what I have. Okay, so I have this one. Nice. Let's get it. Clash Trial. Here we go.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make it clear about what was used to deliver the fatal blow. He was... What is everyone gonna... Someone's gonna say something stupid.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
Yes.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Yeah, because
I bet it
Ishimaru
was
never
an iron
went.
pipe.
Oh, what the fuck? No. Shoot it.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime?
Yeah, the only people who never went in to check the crime scene was Hiro, Hifumi, Hina, Toko. So pretty much everyone except Mondo, Sakura, me, Kirigiri, and Byakuya. Only 5 of us.
It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell.
So you're saying there's like a crater in
As
her
far
head?
as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is...
Genocide Jack.
the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer? Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added in non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Oh, I painted my nail. Is it this one? No. Is it is it these two? No. Is it this one? No. I did the middle one. I don't know why I saw my friend do first he did 2 fingers, then he did his whole hand. Then I was like, why? Just do one. And he's like, that's what people are telling me. And then I did one. There you go. This is a new little trivia. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. The true bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in the debate. This is a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. Press the X button to attach the silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, you shoot an actual remark with your silencer instead of the white noise. The time limit will decrease, so take careful aim. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. In which case, you can forget about the silencer, just focus on the situation in front of you. Well then, good luck and have fun. So basically, it's gonna be like little statements. You can shoot those. I think they give you time back.
The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But that's impossible!
That's right.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on!
There's just no proof for it.
Shoot that out of the way and then go boom.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
Wait, how does he have it? I thought he said he couldn't find it. He's like, Bianca must have taken it.
What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
The other characters in Genocide's case, which the world at large doesn't know. I'm not mistaken, I do the position of the body.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of.
It's the real Genocide Jack.
It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes. In fact, it's Toko.
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle. Man, why is this guy...
Shut up. It's real for sure, but I feel like I understand it. I mean, for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not Toko. It's not one person, but multiple people. My Hangman's Gambit. Oh Jesus. But this is wrong. Yeah. Is it an S? Hold on. I think it's an S. Yeah. Okay. I don't know what the fucking word is. Oh my god. I don't know the word. Hold on. Hold on. Stop. Wait. Hold on. How do I look at my thing? There you go. Oh, there you go.
Now I understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
Why they like abbreviate it? Schizophrenia or whatever. Shizo? Is that like the actual term?
Huh?
I don't know what the fuck the word is.
I
Oh, no,
think I
don't
read
recruit.
that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
And that shows Toko could have a split person has to do with her behavior. Her behavior
I
changed.
got it!
She's like,
You're
"Oh,
talking
is that
about
a
how
body?"
she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine, I'm fine. Oh, is that a body? Jesus, she must have hit her head real hard, man.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That
You weren't even
melancholy
there,
tone of hers
Smart.
completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How?
Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell no one.
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
What?
You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first.
I think it's Celeste.
You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise...
Never again.
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that, but you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it, but...
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
Bring her out.
Person? You don't mean...
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... Oh, Jesus. I always get scared of this one. She scares me.
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes! What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko,
dude.
that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
Yeah, I'm not laughing like that, so y'all ain't gonna hear that. This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
I'm scared. Holy shit.
What's up?
Oh, look at that peaceful little face.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then, it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid? And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed.
Do they? I don't remember if they get shared regardless.
Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
But what if it was someone else?
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster!
Damn. Maybe she's totally right about that, but there's something still bothering me. What you said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Make your argument. The status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
No!
You say that, but do you really
okay,
expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that
shoot
would
those.
change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident,
This is the next one.
the modus operandi matches completely.
No.
What more proof do we need? Give it up. You killed her.
I think it's when he said it.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone!
You say that, but do you really?
Perhaps if you had an alibi.
Oh, an alibi!
When you compare your past murders to this, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, it doesn't. Oh, I didn't mean to shoot it.
No, that's wrong.
No, because this body is strung up with an extension cord. The other ones are stabbed into the wall.
Are
with
the
scissors.
methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How's it any different?
You don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The victim's fatal.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different.
I was thinking about screeching. I was like, nah.
In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way.
And they're all guys.
According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors.
Stabs all their body. They're all dudes.
But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Right.
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
Oh no.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right, the second difference is really how she was suspended. In the photos of other Genocide Jack cases, all other victims were stabbed through their hands. Here's the clear difference.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use.
Yeah, I keep getting text messages like from Netflix. It's like,
and you know what
year
else?
for $1 or something.
Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
But he's wrong. Sorry.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
I say Makoto's just a normal cheeseburger.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
What's that difference, Jen?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all dudes.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names in every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured it out. Because Chihiro's her lover. Chihiro was a girl.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Yeah. They're all men whose age is different, but they're guys.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
In quotes, adorable little man.
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly? Cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival.
Exactly, she does it for
And
sport. She
if
doesn't
by
care.
some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Exactly.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors?
Pull him out.
I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Pull him out.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that? Da-da-da-da!
She's fully equipped!
Exactly.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you!
Dun, dun,
Not
dun.
to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
This time
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. Select so what? Someone could have copied the Genocide Byakuya.
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents
What you
or
told me,
internal
right?
police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then, the reason he pushed the
He
theory
doesn't
of
say
Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya,
No.
what's your response?
You're idiots.
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Suspicious, very suspicious indeed, wouldn't you agree?
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy,
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya first said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. I forgot what element this is. Next element has something called the truth flashback. Oh, I get to absorb contradiction, I think? Then you'll memorize the weak spot. The memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use the flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't see the answer or lie to contradiction in your loaded truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use it to your case. When's the best time to use a flashback? You'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say if you don't use a flashback, you won't be repeating anything. Well, then good luck and have fun. So the Monokuma file is the bullet we use, but we have to absorb contradiction, basically.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room...
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, so we had to absorb.
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was
Chihiro, who was a girl.
So, of course, I would suggest we check the...
There was no time.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
And then we shoot Hina's? Because it's still loaded.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Do I shoot it? No!
But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls.
There was no time.
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Because I think we absorb when he talks about Chihiro, and then we shoot Hina's. I just didn't help triangle, that's why I
So, you said Byakuya, but he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural...
The victim was Chihiro,
who was a girl. So, of course, I would... There was no time.
What's so strange?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
I think I'm right. I don't know.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
Oh, fuck. Okay, never mind.
Shoot!
So you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird.
If you're presented with the
I
opportunity...
think I have to absorb it.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So, of course, I would suggest we check the girls' locker. There was no time for...
What's so strange? I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, I'm gonna try it on. Yeah, whatever.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity...
That's a natural...
The victim
was Chihiro.
Okay. Well.
No, that's wrong. I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay,
I see.
I get it now.
That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I got him cornered, but he's acting like he has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
The difference between the case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? So the library desk. Oh, the extension cord. True.
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Was it really over?
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Jill says.
Hey, Byakuya,
where'd you get it?
I'd never seen that rope
before in my life.
Oh, there we go.
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
Yeah.
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say...
extension cord.
That extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as he's not even involved. Wait,
what's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said is the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off what he said. It's the end of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene?
Yeah.
That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who had been confident up till now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been someone else.
Don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Because there's differences.
Come on,
The
Makoto.
carpet, the posters. Exactly.
If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, Let's see the proof.
This is a murder took place somewhere else. There's something that was switched between the boys and girls' locker room. The posters? Oops.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
Yeah, wouldn't it have something more like of guys?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not the stain that was scrubbed away. It was moved.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think?
What?
In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that?
Huh?
Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you,
Shut
I know
up.
how she could have done it.
Is there like a Chihiro got into the boys' locker room somehow? The broken e-handbook.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
No.
She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
What?
If she had that, she could get into the boys' locker room no problem.
Oh, it's that one. Okay, so I said, okay. I just saw that he was talking about Leon, because Leon's is the broken one. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it really? Could Chihiro really?
She must have hacked. She was the ultimate. I'm sure that would have.
No, I don't.
She used the thing that was in.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking
about Leon's handbook, of course.
No, that's wrong.
So it was broken.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup. Hit the nail square on the noggin.
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
No,
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
We're not ready for this conversation yet, are we?
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killing the girls' locker room and Byakuya was the one who did it, really? But still, I don't know what else.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
It's an obvious way.
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting?
Okay, I'll see it a little bit.
Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was the locker room.
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just...
Based on religious grounds.
Based on religious grounds, you know?
I guess it's based on your own morals. You're like, I don't want to...
Very well.
Girl.
I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura.
Uh-oh. What are we gonna find out?
What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about? That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
Okay, here I go.
Alright, guys, in the next... No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
What are we gonna find? Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Oh, man. Sakura's eyes are staring wildly at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is...
Is what?
A femboy.
A boy!
Ah, I see. So
she was actually
a he. Interesting.
There goes a little femboy.
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Mm-hmm.
Chihiro was... a guy?
Yep.
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
Then he was a cross-dresser?
wish I had killed him.
had killed him!
Oh my god.
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more
Chihiro
exciting.
Fujisaki, the little femboy. And we'll see later on, like...
Now let's ride this
his
wave of
past.
excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial. Ahem. I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial. We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy. Let's pick up from there.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought have never crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, there should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion.
Yeah, so all y'all who liked her, sorry, but y'all got debated.
The victim was killed in the boys' locker room, and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So, Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
Ah, he's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy. If you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as correct?
He's right. I am not the culprit. I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
I'm not effing with you right now.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
We're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility. Because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But Byakuya didn't do it. He was a real killer. Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer is able to gain access to the road murder scene, which means the killer is a god.
I got it!
This is a crime scene with the boys' locker room. You would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have to use their own. In other words, it has to have been a guy. That's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. So this is a clown. Oh, and she saw Chihiro with the double
Isn't there a single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point. Even that might be enough for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Shit. No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Isn't there a single clue?
Well, clue. Did nobody get? I'm sure if someone saw the.
Perhaps someone saw the victim.
Yeah.
It's over. It's all over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer.
And only the killer.
No, that's wrong.
No, Celeste saw her. Him, sorry. Him! Ah! Okay.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this.
Makoto.
The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag. And then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
Exactly.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Where are you going? I'm kind of hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry. But why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Yeah.
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much.
A man.
Enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
A macho man?
Oh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
Oh, you
No.
can't?
You already have what you need to make the connection.
Yeah, it's obvious who it is.
You know who the killer is.
I hate it, but we know who it is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on two pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What?
You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe. Gotta get pumped up. Wait, oh, I think we're at the absorb. Maybe.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
Oh, yeah.
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Celeste never said what color it was.
Hold on a second, Mondo. What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago,
she just said tracksuit. She didn't say a color.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
Oh, shit.
What are you? You just...
Hey, Celeste. What color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
No.
But because I just...
No.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh, Shimaro. Oh, no.
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died! That's the only possibility! Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
she stuffed it in her bag.
When Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
Yeah.
It would appear you've dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it, to put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why?
Me too.
What made you so suspicious?
Well, one is the weight. You see how heavy that thing was? I don't know how much that weighed, but that had to be at least like 60 pounds or something. And especially do that much damage to the human skull. So I was like, who's strong enough to lift that?
That's a good question.
Because I hate him. The way he was acting.
There was a certain maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred.
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't even pick up on that either when he said dude.
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that!
Ishimaru,
This is a false
no.
accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has
Oh
nearly
yeah.
come.
Oh yeah, his thing.
That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you
he's
found
like,
some evidence?
He'll point out exactly the killer.
Really? What kind of evidence?
I lied.
Actually, you know, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then... here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
It must belong to Chihiro. It's mine.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
Right.
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall. For all your confidence, that is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How, precisely, did the handbooks get broken?
How did the handbooks break? There's only one possible explanation. Any weak point?
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip, but I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then...
Then we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness.
Maybe.
You
maybe.
know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break! I flippin' knew it!
You knew it?
Yeah, 'cause I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh? It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates a cooling layer of air around your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. that layer of air would get blown away. That's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
And one I've never been to.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Did his own break?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
Because someone could have entered the sauna fully clothed, and it
What if they
busted
found
there.
out by accident?
Yeah.
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa, seriously?
Yeah, because we were there as a witness.
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Yeah, you know too, Ishimaru. Yeah, you know who wore all their clothes in the sauna. And it was... Mondo.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What?
Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Oh, no.
Mondo and Taka had an
Ishimaru,
endurance
sorry.
contest in the sauna not too long ago, remember?
And Ishimaru took off his clothes. But Mondo
And for the
didn't.
contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets.
And they were in there for hours.
And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. So I got 3 bullets.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look! Makoto was wrong after all! Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
I'm sure Mondo's handbook broke during the sauna. If I could just prove that, then I'm sure the handbook might actually be.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own hand.
In other words, if then that proves...
Well, my goddamn
handbook works just fine.
No?
Shoot!
Let's test Makoto's assertion.
No, what am I doing?
If what he says is correct,
Sorry,
then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said...
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Wrong. Gonna show. Then that will show the handbook Mondo has must actually
Let's test
be...
Makoto's assertion.
If what he says is correct, you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo, then that proves...
Well, my goddamn
handbook works just...
Okay.
No, that's wrong. Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's, yes?
Turn it
But
on.
doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook is prohibited?
Oh, they don't know.
Well, here's how I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student. But if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
You just call them
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so.
Let us see it.
I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch!
What's wrong, bro? Come on! Tell him he's wrong!
Come on, bro.
You are wrong! You have to be wrong!
Come on, bro.
Everything you just said is wrong! You made it all up!
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time
this is the
from the
closing
beginning?
argument.
That way, everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Yep, closing argument. Shit. The poster dumbbell that... Okay, so Act 1, Chihiro goes in the warehouse. Gets the duffel bag, puts the jacket in. Celeste is there like, hey, what are you doing? And Chihiro's like, oh, fuck. And he's like, I'm just, getting ready to go exercise. And Celeste is like, son, this is weird. So... she points out that the jacket's sticking out, and he's like, oh, haha, catch you later. Then Chihiro shows up at the locker room. I have a feeling, yeah, he shows up. Is that when he's going in? Shows up and he scans it. And he's like, oh hey. He's like, hey, what's up? And it's like, huh? Okay, we're gonna skip that one. And it's like, huh? Bam! GG's. I think it would be the dumbbell. This one can go here. And then it's a bloody dumbbell. It's like drips, boom. Dang, one blow to the head. Act 3. Hold on, so did... Okay, no, that's Chihiro's. Okay. Never mind. Fuck. Hold on. And that's when Leon came in and he saw the body and he's like, ah. He's like, you know what, we're gonna play a little game. Yeah, that's fucked up though. Bloodlust. They threw it in the sauna. girls. Back to the sauna, he throws it. This is the last one. That makes sense. This one goes there. Fuck, hold on. Oh, this is confusing. At least I'm confused. Hold on. Okay, I have a feeling. Okay, this one's not gonna be used. I think it was. I think I'm right. That one was used. Okay, so that one's a fake. That one's a fake. And the dumbbell's a fake.
The killer is you. First, let's take a look back to before the incident.
Let's see. I used like all my brain power.
Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste?
I say goodbye.
With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room?
Bah. Ah! Damn it. And then he walks in.
The killer is
stupid.
You!
Okay.
With bag in hand, Chihiro... She made her... But how could the victim, who was a...
And he walks in. Oh, okay. I thought it was like going to it and then scanning it.
Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course. But this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch.
That's when Leon's like...
That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated.
douchebag.
So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime. He wanted to create the illusion that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer, having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook.
Isn't that right, Mondo?
And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Arata?
Got him.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof!
Sorry.
Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Your bro's gotta go, bro. Anna said Mondo's a killer. That already revealed itself early in the trial. If I could somehow show Mondo's handbook is right, I do that, everything will become clear. True bullets. Let's talk a little bit about fever time and nega time. During a bullet time battle, if you press the R1 button, fever time will activate and the tempo will be forced to its max. At this point, even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. So you push X square, wherever you want to destroy the opponent's verbal assault. But this only lasts until your focus gauge goes down, so make sure the best possible use of your time. Of course, it wouldn't be fair if only you got access to special time, right? So also prepare something called nega time that your opponent can use. Your opponent evacuates the nega time during the bullet time battle, and your tempo marker will disappear, making it quite a bit tougher to hit the buttons in its rhythm. If you would activate fever time at this point, no, never mind, I'm sure nothing would happen. I don't know what I was worried about. Unsurprisingly, in your actions, difficult to such a gentle your opponent will use nega time. Well then, good luck and have fun. Alright, we gotta shoot him down. Sorry, Shimaru.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
How do I shoot again? Hold on, no, I didn't even do that.
Show me some evidence!
How do I shoot again? I forgot!
I won't listen! False!
There we go. I forgot to shoot.
I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! You're corrupt! I refuse to vote! I refute you!
Final strike.
Show me some evidence!
This should prove it! If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leon's.
So
in which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that, we'll...
We don't gotta do that.
You got me fair and square.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Came out with it, bro. And that's it. That was a second class trial. Egane. Yes.
Bro! What are you saying?
I did it, bro.
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just... give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that!
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting! No holding on!
Wait, please!
Time for the moment we've all been waiting for! Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Who is found guilty? This killer today is Mondo. He killed Chihiro for reasons that are, I guess, kind of justifiable. Uh-oh, this time it looks like you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chihiro Fujisaki was Mondo. What up?
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, the vote was not unanimous. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're treading close to the danger zone, Mr. Ishimaru. You need to be more careful. I refuse to believe it. There's no way he could kill someone.
Sorry. What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why'd you do it?
Now then.
Well, it looks like Mondo's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
the story of this murder this time is a sad story of two men. Oh, but for anyone who doesn't really want to hear, you can hit the circle button to fast forward the text. But this is actually a good story. Anyway, there was once a young boy, and his name was Chihiro Fujisaki. He had an extremely inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak even though you're a boy? He had heard things like that as long as he could remember, and he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and buried himself further and further into that weakness to take on the fragile form of a petite young girl. He had chosen that as his way out. Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy. But no matter what, no matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, the inferiority complex had already taken root deep inside of him and was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. The complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger. In a deep voice, I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game had begun here at the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world's survival is of the fittest. If you're not strong, you don't survive. And then the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of the embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chihiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Even though he dresses like a girl, Chihiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
And that was something Chihiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If that was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. Without a doubt, those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair.
What?
And yet...
I'm sorry.
I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things like the way they are, so maybe I could talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I could tell everyone. Annoyingly, he used the threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
that's right.
Now's my
I
chance.
want to change.
I'm gonna get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, it'll be okay, I'll get better. With that thought at the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day he made the commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that would be the first and only chance he would get at it.
Hey,
When he decided to start exercising, he thought it would be good to ask for someone's help. But he wanted to tell the person his secrets first, and then asked him to help him from there. And that person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
...was Mondo. Yep, it sure was. The biker gang fella had been painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chihiro probably figured that even if he confined in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret. Plus, Mr. Macho Mondo is a very symbol of a strong man that Chihiro had always inspired to. Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help me get some courage. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration, and he thought that only with Mondo's support could he ever become close to that.
Correct.
So then that must have been why Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he had made to Chihiro. Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room to the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
Yes, that's exactly what I meant. Wasn't that a cover-up what he done?
Certainly.
No, so his secret wouldn't get out. That could have been a part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. The real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro. But how does that moving the body keep his secret? Because if everyone knew he'd been killed in the boys' locker room, then everyone would be arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity, so he tried to protect Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, see? Then Mondo did all that to keep his promise he made to Chihiro, who'd he'd also kill. Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trust each other, right? So why did you? Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it after all. The possibility of having your embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something you didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone.
You're wrong!
What? It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standards is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, it's obvious. He obviously can. That's all there is to it. Well, while we're on the subject, why don't I tell you? That embarrassing memory, that secret he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraffs across the country tremble. But the only reason he had the chance to join the gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother's name was Daya Owada. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him on everything he did. Mondo, who was an epitome of the starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, his character charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang, and before anyone knew it, he had grown into the biggest biker gang in the country. Dai, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother Mondo. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy, but when Mondo started thinking about how he would have to take over the gang from his brother someday, his brother's greatness, his reputation began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul. The kid's gonna take over Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be our leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad. Almost every day, Mondo heard the gossip and whispers of the other members of the gang, which is why
I just
gotta get stronger than Daya. Once, just one time, no matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
I don't care what it takes. I gotta come out on top. Now, on the night of his amazing brother's retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. Crazy dumb. But during the race, tragedy struck. The kid brother pushed ahead with reckless abandon. Eager for victory, he dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly, laying in his kid brother's arms, the older brother delivered his final words. My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry. Of course he knew it was his brother's fault, but Dai never blamed him for what happened. Hey kid, the rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. Cause it's a team, you and me put together. It's a promise between men. He decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang, in order to keep the gang together and keep the promise to his brother. He could never admit to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident, and as a result, The team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother. Dio was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed. That became the explanation of what happened. Mondo's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead the team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother. I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong. And yet, as soon as that killing game began, he realized, no matter how tough he pretended to be, he was just another weakling that could die in an instant. And then the hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets. At that point, it was clear I would have no problem shedding light on the secret. Mondo killed his own older brother.
Yeah.
No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create would have been destroyed. His death, all the guilt I've been carrying around, it would have been for nothing. So that's why Mondo.
Yeah.
After I saw what Monokuma had on me, my heart filled up with all kinds of fuzzy uneasiness and just started swirling around. I never felt anything like that before.
I
didn't know what to do about it. I wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, that fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock-hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. And it was right around then that Chihiro asked me to start working out with him. And right there, he told me his secret. Seriously? Jesus.
I'm sorry.
I lied to you. But why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
Because, I mean, you kept that secret all this time, right? If anyone found out, you would...
But...
You're right, but...
I want to change.
Exactly. I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever. His words were like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing that lie I'd been living myself. I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what, you're saying I should just say it?
What?
You're saying if I really am, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
I was jealous. I was jealous of Chihiro's strength. He had the strength to face his own weakness to try and overcome it. It was the kind of strength I've never had. So I was jealous of him. And that jealousy broke me.
What?
Are you making fun of me? I'm strong? Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo. I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did he want me to do? What was I supposed to do? See, and he had like a breakdown. That's what caused the events to Chihiro's death. Was I supposed to sit back and let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me all that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
No, I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. I'm strong. Strong. Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. And that's when he went whoomp. I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had the dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground. Hey.
I killed him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. His weakness like that lived in his heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. Damn it! Look at him, you see, you're all just like him. For a secret from the past, for a memory. For that he killed another living human in cold blood. He could have cut free from his regrets from the outside world. He doesn't even know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't. You bastard. Just shut up, you son of a bitch. Go ahead and say that again, I dare you.
Yep.
Trying to get like if I was crying. I gotta make myself cry, hold on. I can't. Okay, I'll say it as many times as I want. It's what I want to say, but unfortunately I can't do that right now because it's time for punishing. It's fast approaching. Punishing?
It can't be.
You mean execution?
Well now, well now,
That's
well
our
now,
policy,
well
right? The
now.
blacken that disturbs the peace will be punished.
Ridiculous.
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
For Mondo Owada, the ultimate biker gang leader. No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Poor Shimaru. I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
Game over. Mondo has been found guilty. Alright, guys. Execution time. The Cage of Death. And what happens when you reach high speeds with electricity shocking you? You get butter. Bonto butter. And they go good on pancakes. Laugh at death and your soul will forever be at peace. It can't be. My brother. Another murder, another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. Poor Shimaru. As Taga's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were forced to realize once again. But of course, he had to. What disappointment. This is the end of the game? Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know? You know that a game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do, because this gamer's life or death.
Hey.
I don't have anything to say to you, but I don't have a response.
However,
I just don't understand why. Why'd you go out of your way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, motionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule, too. That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I looked inside and saw the corpse.
What?
You mean you actually witnessed the murder? He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I've seen him.
Well...
So you're saying you knew who the culprit was from the very beginning?
That's right.
Indeed, but if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have answered revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that to liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack and Coco, you decided to use them to create the fake murder scene.
But
damn, man, if we haven't figured out who really done it, you would have been dead too, right? Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before I reached that point. Of course. Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me. Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, he never did. And it would have been it. And I was able to perform an interesting experiment.
Interesting.
Once I do decide to become blackened, I know who I'll have to watch out for. What?
Correct.
So that was the reason. Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
Yes, we're done listening to your story. Moving on.
Hey.
There's something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Ooh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is, why? Do you like them? But you know, it's punishment, it's despair. It's not just for you. All this punishment and all this despair is my gift to mankind itself. You're over-exaggerating. I'm not over-exaggerating. These punishments are meant to transform all hope to despair.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Huh?
Me? Me?
What the heck? Damn it!
Good grief! I don't understand why you have to pick apart every little stupid thing. Whatever, it doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh,
oh, the
how
noble
exciting!
son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think this is the start of a terrifying friendship.
That's enough.
Shut up! I would never stoop to a level of childish criminal like you. Let me just say this: after I have achieved complete victory, you are up next. I'm gonna find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
In the name of the Togami family, for which victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
It's so cool. It's like you're the main character of a video game or something. No trash mouth for you. I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you. Temper. Sounds like someone needed a nap. Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom and the curtain closed in the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue. Because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had made more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now, so just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
There's one thing I like to ask.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away!
Who is it? The 16th high school student.
Ooh, my, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but... Super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied! Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
Ah. So is there a rat among us? Chapter 2, Boy's Life to Despair. The 10 students remaining. To be continued. You received the crazy diamond present. 2 of a kind. Alright, so that's chapter 2 finished.
I know I shouldn't cry. But... I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. Getting out of here anytime soon. It's impossible. I can't let myself think about how much I want to get out of here. If I keep thinking like that, I might decide to.
Donuts. I need some donuts. That'll cheer me up. Glazed donuts, twisty donuts, jelly donuts, cream-filled donut holes, malasadas.
Okay.
Oh god of donuts, I'm praying for a wonderful encounter. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for breaking the nighttime rule, but right now, for me, donuts are absolutely necessary.
Huh? Huh?
What's that sound? Sound is coming from the bathhouse.
But...
I'm super scared, but... Is someone there? Chapter 3. A next generation legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. The morning after the conclusion of the second class trial, Arrow met up at the dining hall just like always, and I expected it to start like any other day. That's what I expected, but today's kind of sucks, huh? Toko and Byakuya still refuse to show up. You haven't seen Miss Ahina anywhere. She said her stomach was hurting, so she's taking it easy in her room for today.
Oh!
That is rather unusual for her. Normally she is full of energy, which is exactly what makes me worry.
So then...
So it's just 7 of us then? It looks that way.
How about that?
It's times like this where the committee chairman needs to get things going. Get things going with a bang.
Impossible.
Or not. Dang, Shimaru's dead. Taka hasn't said a word since everything that happened yesterday. One look at his face showed he hadn't slept a wink last night. Must be because of Mondo. The two of them became so close, and he finds out Mondo killed Chihiro, and then having to watch Mondo get punished and nothing he could do about it. I can't even imagine what it must have done to him.
Well...
So I mean, what's gonna happen now? We haven't found any way to get out, and we have no idea if help's ever gonna come. Now I'm depressed just thinking about it. We simply have to make the best of things, do our best to get along and live here together in peace. Forget about the outside world and just accept this new life. That's gonna happen. This is the only hope we have now. What? To live here forever?
Well...
Here we have every convenience. We have food, clothes, and our every need is seen to. Why are you so dissatisfied? In fact, let me ask you this. What is it about the outside world that you long for?
Is that okay?
Competition, discrimination, victimization, and violence? As society grows, so does its perversion. In which case, our current situation is not. Demon angel, pretty, pudgy princess.
Huh?
Here we go!
The drill shop owner, the bunny-eared Amazon, cat girl, dog boy, Robo Justice, Galactic King, and what do you mean? There's no 2D here.
There is nothing to be done.
Mastermind puts such base desire to their advantage, bending you to their will.
You know?
Okay, well anyway, since Taco's like, as the oldest one here, I'm officially stepping up to take the lead. So we're all gonna work together and spread the rest of the day searching the school. Searching?
I'm right?
I mean, since the class trial is over and all.
Perhaps.
There should be new places for us to investigate.
Yeah,
that's a ticket. Maybe we'll find some kind of clue this time.
Well then.
Then once we're done eating, let's split up and begin looking around. Do you have any problem with that, Celeste? There may well be a discovery waiting for us, which may further enrich our lives here. And the point to look for clues. And just as we were starting to come together, she barged in to ruin the conversation.
You called for me, and so I appeared.
What? Nobody called for you. What the? How come it's just like Joe, not Toko?
Yes.
God, this place is just amazing. Finally, a place I could be my murder self. Which is I decided to stop holding back and spread my wings. No more hiding in a cave for me. Plus, I have another battle to fight. The whole killer with a split personality thing is so overdone. I gotta destroy that stereotype.
You SOB!
I'll follow day and all night to murder those totally slanderous cliches. But you are a killer with a split personality. If she weren't here, my chances of survival would go up at least 10%. Come on, you gotta back me up here. Even the biggest stars need the little people to hold them up. Oh, good thing she doesn't laugh. I'm not doing that. Well, whatever else we do today, first we should eat. We can't do anything on an empty stomach. You're right, let's hurry up and eat so we can start our investigation. So we were forced to eat breakfast with a murderer, and after a much needed and very annoying meal, we set out to work looking around the school. Alright guys, we're gonna go and end it here. We got a lot done. We finished the second chapter, investigations and the trial. So the third chapter will start, and it started off pretty interesting. We saw a much needed still image of our waifu, Hina. I don't know if it's y'all's, but she's mine. I don't care what you say. That's an image that you gotta keep in your mind. And then she encountered something at night. So I guess we'll go see what happens, talk to her, what she saw, and then investigate what's new with the school. Because Mondo killed Chihiro. The class trial was a bit longer and harder than the first one, because it's the second one. But it only get more difficult from there. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Catch you guys next week. I think I'm off Thursday. If not, check again Saturday. Wait till Saturday, 1 week from now, to see what happens in chapter 3. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed. I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Oh, whoops. I pushed the wrong button. Alright, there we go. See y'all later.